Hey everyone, it's October, and when you live next door to Salem, Massachusetts, that means it's Halloween in full swing, 24/7, every day, all day long, all month long. And it also means it takes me an hour to drive into town and back to pick up my pizza, which makes me very sad. But we must all make sacrifices for the greater ghouls, right? Right. So, what better time to talk about the best vampire films for an awesome October than right now? All right, so let's get into some of the classics and the new editions of these must-sees for the fans of the undead. But first, you know the drill. Be sure to give this review a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and be sure to click the notifications so that you don't miss a thing. All right, so first up, Twilight. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So while a secret little part of me actually did enjoy parts of that movie, it's not on my must-see list. I know, don't hate me for having dirty little secrets like this. We all have them. So here's the list of must-see vampire films in no special order, other than this is how they came into my head, and that's just how I'm putting them out. Feeling a little irreverent today, but this is just how I get around vampires and this time of year. Forgive me. First up is Abigail from 2024, which I reviewed recently. It is a fantastic story about a group of kidnappers who abduct a little girl in the hopes of a great big payday. However, the kidnapping takes a terrifying turn when they realize that there's a vampire in the mansion where they are hiding. This film is refreshing because it brings something new to the vampire genre in the form of rules, characters, and relationships. We get to see a different kind of vampire and how it has learned to navigate the world that it is in. We see the application of old rules, but with a realistic clarification on how they work. And that creates some cool new surprises. And the story itself feels very natural and authentic. Specifically, it's how the relationships develop between the characters that resonate the most for me. They evolve as the story unfolds, and the ending is what really sets this movie apart from other vampire films. Next up, 2023's The Last Voyage of the Demeter. This one took me by surprise. And trust me, I read a lot of vampire fiction and I watch a lot of vampire films, and it's hard to surprise me. Instead of the typical rehash of Dracula films that we've seen just 1,000 bloody times, this film focuses on Dracula's transportation from Transylvania to London. It's a very tightly contained story that takes place over just a few days on a ship, and it explores this very small slice of Dracula's life in a way that is intense and suspenseful and utterly new. Set in the Victorian era, the film really stays true to the limitations of that time. It stays firmly within the constraints of the literary canon as well. The film reveals the monster in such a menacing and creepy way, while also focusing on the growing mystery and the game of cat and mouse that Dracula plays with the ship's doctor. The film is beautifully shot, using light, color, darkness, and shadow to full effect. It is a beautiful film. Interview with the Vampire from 1994, starring Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and Kirsten Dunst, might not make it on everyone's list, but hear me out as to why it's on mine. This is an exceptionally good adaptation of Anne Rice's book, which is filled with such exquisite pain and grief, inspired by the death of her young daughter. The book and the film transformed the vampire genre, blending horror with this sexy, angsty mystique that just captivated the imagination back in the 1970s. And the characters, Lestat, Claudia, and Louis, they create a microcosm of family and love within a cruel and bitter world that just threatens to tear them apart. It's compelling and heartbreaking and such good fun. If you haven't seen it in a while, or if you have never seen it, now is the time. Go watch it. Next up is Nosferatu, directed by F.W. Murnau. This 1922 black and white classic is straight out of the silent era of film and is the granddaddy of all vampire movies. Nosferatu, based heavily on Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, drives the stake home, and I did mean the pun there, drives the stake home, with this classic story of Count Orlok, a vampire who has decided to take up residence in London and has set his sights on the local real estate agent's wife. If you are a vampire enthusiast, this is a must-watch film because it is the movie that set the standard for horror films of every era. The film's cinematography is a masterclass in the use of shadow and light, creating this haunting texture that only older productions can really deliver without looking forced or pretentious. It's terrifying in its simplicity, from the story to the cinematography, its construction, and the performances of the cast. It is a beautiful film. All right, so this is one of my favorites, my personal favorites. The Lost Boys is the quintessential 1980s vampire classic that just screams fun. This irreverent vampire film stars Kiefer Sutherland, Diane Weist, and a host of other familiar faces in the California beach classic about two brothers who get caught up in the wrong crowd, namely vampires. There is so much to love in this film, but nothing beats the ending with Bernard Hughes, who plays Grandpa. He just kills it in that final scene. Plus, the soundtrack is fantastic. And you know me, I love a good soundtrack. The performances are also spot on, and it strikes the perfect balance between creepy, campy, and sexy cool. I think you'll really like it if you haven't seen it before. If you haven't seen Wesley Snipes in Blade, you have got to turn off this video and just go watch that film right now. It's a 1998 classic. This is the story of the Daywalker, a half vampire, half human, who becomes the alpha predator of the vampire world and the protector of humanity. Wesley Snipes is an amazing actor, and his passion and his commitment to the role, it just brings this movie alive. He is spellbinding. He is such a fluid fighter that you want the scenes to go on and on and on. But it's really the story that is so exceptional in this movie. Blade brings together some clever new ideas that were revolutionary at the time that the film or the comic came out, and it has easily stood the test of time. No list of vampire films is complete without the 2003 classic Underworld, starring Kate Beckinsale as a vampire Selene. And all right, here's another secret for you. If I could be a vampire, I would want to be a vampire like Selene. Just think she's so cool. You even get a war with the vampires and the werewolves. It makes you want to mix things up. So the vampires and the werewolves, they are in this constant state of war. But what happens when two of them fall in love? It's not only a great vampire film, but it's an exciting love story with a great twist. Finishing off the films on this list is Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992, starring Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and Anthony Hopkins. This film is a wonderful adaptation of Bram Stoker's novel, and you are not going to get a better adaptation than this, given the cast, the art direction, and the cinematography. It is a complete package. While this list focuses on films, there are a few TV series that just have to get mentioned because they are so good. First off, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. It just redefines what it means to be a vampire hunter. And some of the storytelling in those seasons are it's just phenomenal. Plus, the new Interview with the Vampire series breathes life into Anne Rice's story by kind of filling out that world so much more completely. And then there's my new classic favorite, Midnight Mass. It is a dark story that will make you rethink unexplained miracles. Finally, no list of vampire TV series would be complete without True Blood. And not just because Charlene Harris is a delightful human being. I mean, she's honestly a gem of a human being. She's just an amazing person. But this series is based on her classic series, the Sookie Stackhouse series of novels, which is also a lot of fun to read. Oh, and before I end, I do actually have to add in one more TV series. It's a British series called Being Human, and there's a vampire and a werewolf, a ghost. I mean, it's such an interesting series, and it's so much fun. Um, I don't think a lot of people have seen it, so I'm adding post edit this idea to go see Being Human if you can find it. I'm not sure what streaming service it's on, so not sure where to find it, but you should definitely look for that one too. So there you have it, a complete list of must-see TV and film vampires to make your October even more awesome. So did I mention your favorite? What is your favorite movie? Did I name it? Did I not name it? Did I leave it out? Tell me. Let me know if I got something off here. I definitely want to know because you know me. I love talking. I'm a big talker. All right, that's it for now. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys all again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye for now.